Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today we're diving deep into the world of military might, comparing two of North America's finest, the US Army and the Canadian Army. Think of it like this. We're not just looking at who has the bigger guns, but how each army utilizes its unique strengths on the world stage. To truly understand these two military giants, we have to go back to their roots. The US Army, born amidst revolution in 1775, fought for independence, for unity, shaping a nation in the process. Across the border, the Canadian Army's story unfolded a bit differently. Formed in 1883, their early years were marked by participation in the Boer War and World War I, often alongside British forces. These experiences would shape their identity in the century to come. The US Army's path was one of continental expansion, of facing down internal and external threats. The Civil War, the Indian Wars, these conflicts tested their mettle, forging a force known for its size and firepower. The Canadians, meanwhile, developed a reputation for adaptability, for punching above their weight class. World War I saw them distinguish themselves in battles like Vimy Ridge, proving their tenacity on the world stage. But it was World War II that truly tested both armies. The US, thrust into a global conflict, became a titan of industry and military might. Canada, too, answered the call, playing a crucial role in the Battle of the Atlantic and the liberation of Europe. Their commitment to fighting for freedom, for a better tomorrow, solidified their place on the world stage. Now, when we talk about the US and Canadian armies, it's impossible to ignore the elephant, or should I say, the grizzly bear in the room, their difference in size. The US Army, with nearly 500,000 active-duty soldiers, dwarfs its northern neighbor. Canada, with a leaner force of around 30,000, takes a more specialized approach. Think of it like this. The US Army is a heavyweight boxer, powerful, capable of delivering a knockout punch. The Canadian Army, on the other hand, is more like a skilled martial artist relying on precision, agility, and a deep understanding of their opponent to achieve victory. But don't let the numbers fool you. This isn't just about quantity, it's about structure and organization too. The US Army, with its sprawling divisions, its corps, its armies within armies, is designed for large-scale deployments, for projecting force across continents. The Canadian Army, structured around brigades, is more adaptable, more suited for rapid response and integration with international partners. It's a leaner, meaner fighting force, honed for efficiency and effectiveness. And this difference in structure is reflected in their respective chains of command. The US Army, with its multiple layers, ensures clear lines of authority, crucial for coordinating complex operations. Canada's flatter hierarchy allows for greater flexibility, for quicker decision-making in the field. Each army has tailored its structure to its unique needs, to the strategic realities it faces. The US, as a global superpower, needs a force capable of projecting power on a massive scale. Now let's talk about the heart and soul of any army, the soldiers themselves. Both the US and Canadian armies invest heavily in training, in forging the men and women under their command into elite fighting forces. But their approaches, their training philosophies, well, they reveal a lot about each army's character. The US Army, with its emphasis on large-scale combat operations, puts recruits through a rigorous process designed to instill discipline, physical toughness, and mastery of a wide range of weaponry. From basic training to specialized schools, the focus is on preparing soldiers for the demands of conventional warfare, for operating effectively as part of a large, coordinated unit. The Canadian Army, while no stranger to rigorous training, takes a slightly different tack. Recognizing their role as peacekeepers, as diplomats in uniform, they prioritize adaptability, cultural sensitivity, and the ability to de-escalate conflict. Their training emphasizes problem-solving, communication, and building trust with local populations. It's a testament to their belief that true strength lies not just in military might, but in understanding and navigating the complexities of the human element. The US Army, with its vast manpower needs, casts a wide net, appealing to a sense of patriotism, of duty, of serving a cause greater than oneself. The Canadian Armed Forces, with their smaller, more specialized force, target individuals with specific skill sets, with a passion for service and a desire to make a tangible difference in the world. The US Army's focus on strength, on unwavering resolve, reflects their role as a global power, as a guarantor of peace through strength. The Canadian Army's emphasis on diplomacy, on cultural understanding, underscores their commitment to building bridges, to resolving conflict through peaceful means whenever possible. It's a reminder that in the world of military affairs, true victory lies not just in conquering territory, but in winning hearts and minds. Now let's talk hardware, shall we? Because no discussion of military might is complete without diving into the technology, the equipment that gives these armies their teeth. And here, the U.S. Army's technological edge is undeniable. Years of substantial defense spending have resulted in a force equipped with some of the most advanced weaponry on the planet. We're talking cutting-edge tanks like the M1 Abrams, stealth fighters like the F-35 Lightning II, and a vast arsenal of precision-guided munitions. The U.S. Army's technological prowess is a testament to their commitment to staying ahead of the curve, to deterring adversaries through overwhelming force. The Canadian Army, while not boasting the same level of raw firepower, has adopted a different approach, one that emphasizes efficiency, interoperability, and leveraging technology to enhance their specialized capabilities. They've invested in modernizing their equipment, acquiring cutting-edge rifles like the C8 carbine, upgrading their fleet of armored vehicles with the LAV 6.0, and incorporating unmanned aerial vehicles for reconnaissance and surveillance. The U.S. Army, with its vast resources, invests heavily in research and development, constantly pushing the boundaries of military technology. The Canadian Army, on the other hand, takes a more pragmatic approach, focusing on acquiring and integrating technologies that complement their existing capabilities and enhance their ability to work effectively with allies. The U.S., with its global responsibilities, sees technological dominance as essential for maintaining peace and deterring large-scale conflict. Canada, with its focus on peacekeeping and expeditionary operations, prioritizes adaptability, interoperability, and the ability to work seamlessly with allies. It's a reminder that in the 21st century, military strength isn't just about having the biggest guns, but about having the right tools for the job and the ingenuity to use them effectively. Now let's talk about how these two armies project their power, how they engage with the world beyond their borders. The U.S. Army, with its global reach, its network of bases and alliances, is a constant presence on the world stage. From deterring aggression in hotspots like the Korean Peninsula to conducting counter-terrorism operations in the Middle East, the U.S. Army is often at the forefront of international efforts to maintain peace and security. The Canadian Armed Forces, while maintaining a smaller global footprint, have carved out a unique and vital role for themselves, as peacekeepers, as diplomats in uniform. They've participated in numerous UN peacekeeping missions, from Bosnia to Haiti, earning a reputation for their professionalism, their impartiality, and their commitment to protecting civilians caught in the crossfire. The U.S. Army, with its emphasis on decisive action, often takes a leading role in military interventions, projecting force to achieve strategic objectives. Their involvement in conflicts like the Iraq War and the war in Afghanistan, while not without controversy, underscores their willingness to use military might when they deem it necessary. The Canadian Armed Forces, on the other hand, prioritize diplomacy, dialogue, and working with local partners to build sustainable peace. They see their role not just as soldiers, but as peace builders, as agents of stability and reconstruction. Their involvement in places like Afghanistan focused heavily on training Afghan security forces, on fostering good governance, and on creating the conditions for lasting peace. The U.S. Army's ability to project force remains a vital deterrent against aggression, while the Canadian Armed Forces' expertise in peacekeeping and diplomacy is crucial for resolving conflicts and rebuilding shattered societies. It's a reminder that in an increasingly interconnected world, security and stability depend on a multitude of actors, each playing their part to create a more peaceful and prosperous future. So, there you have it. A glimpse into the hearts of two of North America's most formidable fighting forces. The U.S. Army, a titan of military might, a global force for stability, equipped with the most advanced technology on the planet. And the Canadian Army, a model of efficiency, of adaptability, masters of peacekeeping and international cooperation, proving time and again that size isn't everything. Their stories are intertwined, shaped by shared history, by common values, and by an unwavering commitment to defending their nations and making the world a safer place. Thanks for joining me, folks. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.